this is Lista Nyaringo. This message is for the Kenyan people, the Kenyan voters. I studied commerce. And there is something in commerce that we call specialization. Specialization is the division of labor. If you are good at being a good farmer, or if you are good at farming, you are a good educator, you are good at road construction, that's where you focus your skills on. The president of the country is the CEO of the country. He oversees the broad spectrum of the country's dynamics in governance. Actually, when we talk about the three arms of government, President William Samoei Ruto is at the top. We have the judiciary, we have the executive, where President Ruto is the head. We have the judiciary, where Martha Koome is in charge. We have the legislature, whereby Moses Wetangula is in charge of parliament, and Amason King is in charge of the Senate. Those are the three arms of government which provides checks and balances in running the affairs of the country. Today, we have a president who is playing the role of the cabinet secretary for education, the cabinet secretary for finance, the cabinet secretary for roads, the cabinet secretary for mining. President William Samoei Ruto is doing everything, is actually a micro-manager. Is very poor in delegation. Whether he's trying to build a base so that he can be able to secure a second term, yeye mwenyewe ndiye anajua. Kweli, hata kama wewe uko na akili nyingi namna gani, hizo kazi zote sahi William Ruto akona Mr. Migosi Ogamba as the cabinet secretary for education. Mr. Migosi Ogamba is the policy conduit, is in charge of all operations which affects the Minister of Education. Mr. John Mbadi, the gentleman that William Ruto poached from ODM, who is in charge of the treasury, is in charge of the financial dynamics of the country. And I'm not saying that as president, he has got no voice on how each ministry, because he's the head of the executive. He has a right to understand exactly what happens in every ministry. But when the president of the country travels around the country, saying, okay, I've provided, I'm giving you this, I'm constructing such a road, I'm giving money to such a school. What's the role of the Minister for Education? What's the role of the Treasury? We have several departments which are in charge of the dynamics, or rather, the cabinet positions that we have in the country. The president is an overseer of all the operations which are taking place in the country. I think President Ruto is the hardest boss that you could ever work for all with. Yani yeye na President Donald Trump of the United States hakuna tofauti. Ni mjamaa mgumu. Right now anafanya kila kitu. Akienda Murang'a anaangalia maneno ya barabara. Anaangalia barabara, anaangalia education, anaangalia mambo ya kahawa, anaangalia mambo ya miraa, akienda Meru anaangalia kila kitu. Miraa, barabara, mashule, kanisa, everything. Even if you are so powerful or so knowledgeable, even if William Ruto is a genius, why can't he delegate? Hata kama ni trying to build a political pace for 2027 in order to galvanize the voters to vote for you for a second term. See, hapo ni too much. In fact, the hindsight, the disadvantage of the president traversing the country and dishing out government projects to specific regions in the country, iyo inaleta partiality. It doesn't build a universal system under which every region can benefit out of the present government. Let's say Like now, I come from Kisii land. Kisii land is actually not with William Samoei Ruto. The picture is very clear. If what happened at Kisii Stadium where Raila was bowed down, watu hawataki maneno ya, hata hii maneno ya coalition, you know, hii serikali ya mzeto yenye Raila wameleta na Ruto, Wakisii hawataki. Two, my second home is Trans Nzoia. Trans Nzoia, my governor George Natembea is the na Ruto ni maji na mafuta. They don't get along. Saa hii kama wakazi wa Trans Nzoia, wakazi wa Kisii hawataki Ruto. Na Ruto ndiye anapeana maendeleo ya barabara, ya elimu, ya kila kitu. Sasa wakazi wa Trans Nzoia na wa Kisii watapata nini? If they are against the president, if they don't want or they don't believe in what William Ruto is doing, would they benefit from the current government? If the president is in charge of everything, akienda Kisii, akisikia Wakisii hawamtaki, atawapatia barabara. If he goes to Trans Nzoia, if he understands that the people of Trans Nzoia are against him, he will not actually give funds from the exchequer or from the national government to help the people of Trans Nzoia. When President Ruto needs to understand that Kenya is very diverse. Wakenya wako na akili. Kenyans have been able to dissect the type of person he is. And at this point, let him give his cabinet secretaries the opportunity to discharge their duties with freedom. So that, in fact, without freedom, even if you are the smartest person in the world, when you are coerced, when you are micromanaged, you cannot perform. If you have a boss who wants to be the cook, the server, the cleaner, the bedman, doing everything, the butler, the watchman, the bodyguard, utafanya